guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am so excited because I'm filming another video based on my medical assistant journey. I literally just finished my externship on this past Monday and I'm so excited because I was offered a job opportunity. So I'm literally so excited. I have my interview next Tuesday, and so I just kind of want to just put this video out there, give you guys some tips and the pros and cons of having my externship and what I learned. And so yeah, just give you guys an all-around view of like what I did. So yeah, I have my phone with me because I didn't want to forget anything, so I just kind of wrote down some notes. But yeah, so my externship was 160 hours. I completed it in about I want to say maybe like 2.5 months because I had work too, so I ended up just kind of like juggling around like what my work schedule and trying to complete this at the same time. So I only did like 3 to 4 hours a day, and I worked like in the evening time, and that's how I had to get about it. So I ended up actually going like an hour over it, so I got like 161 and like point like 48 or something like that. I started on like June something, and like I knew it was gonna be done like the last week in August, and it kind of played out the right way. So I did family practice and I did pediatrics. Okay, so that happened because when I first went into the program, they told me they didn't have any pediatric spots open for an extern. So I was just like, okay, I'll just take the first open availability. So I went into family practice. Now, I knew from the jump I wanted to be in pediatrics because I worked with kids for like 7 years plus, and so I knew that's kind of where my heart wanted to be, but I wanted to kind of get the experience of family practice as well because I am a CNA, so I kind of like got the feel of like geriatrics and stuff like that. But this is more centered around like adults, teenagers, and like parents with like their babies. So it was a different feel. I went ahead and just did it. So basically my daily tasks included like blood pressure, rooming the patients, asking them their medications, asking them any allergies, and like what their concerns were before the doctor came in. So that was just pretty much like my daily routine. The blood pressure was actually manual, so I had to actually pump it up every time I met with a patient. And like sometimes they had like physicals, but not really. I didn't have to do a lot of injections either. I maybe did like once, but it was only there for like 4 weeks. And so after that, I was like, I'm not like feeling this. I was like, I know that my calling is with pediatrics, so I just kind of like spoke with my program coordinator, and I was like, do you think there's any way that you can find somebody else? She's like, oh yeah, I meant to call you. There actually is an opening now for pediatric side, and it was literally right across the street. So I was like, that's awesome. So I finished out my time there. I think it was like the last week, and then I ended up just switching out the next week. So I went to pediatrics. It was a whole different ball game. When I tell you guys, like I like felt like I lost all confidence, like just being real with you guys. Then I went in there and it was just a different, entirely different world in the pediatrics world, because when I went to school, I learned it based off like family practice kind of thing. It was like more so geared towards adults, and my program was accelerated, so I didn't really get into depth with pediatrics. I just knew like the book work and what I knew from teaching and things like that. So you have to know like the vaccine schedules, you have to know like how to give them injections. The rooming process is different, even like with doing like from babies from like born to like 12 months. It's like different from like 3 to 5. They have like depression screenings. It's like a whole lot of stuff. So it took me maybe at least about 2 months to get into the swing of things, and I'm still like trying to like process everything. So I hope that when I do get assigned on, I still can get more training, because I'm a hands-on person, and so my trainer, both trainers there were actually spectacular. They were both amazing, but my pediatric trainer, she was an angel sent from God, because the amount of questions that I've asked her and the amount of like frustration and fear that I had, she stuck with me through it all. She assured me that I was going to be able to do it. She said, this is a field for you, you're going to excel. And I thank God that I did, because I was really like crying. I was like coming home really upset, because I was like, this is like what I want to do, why I'm not getting the hang of it. But everybody learns differently, and so I just had to know that this is my pace. I let her know what I was afraid of and what I was comfortable with, and she worked with me and got me through those steps effectively and easily as possible. So I thank God for her. I ended up being able to give shots. I think I waited like 3 weeks later, because I wanted to learn the schedules first and knew what was in each vaccine before I actually gave it to the patient, because you know, parents will ask you like, what are you giving my child, what is in that vaccine, what's the combination for that vaccine. So I wanted to make sure I knew all those steps before I actually went in and just started poking people, you know what I'm saying? So that part kind of took a little bit of challenge, but rooming people, that was like easy. I just kind of put them in height, weight, temp, blood pressure if they're old enough, depression screening, and like just asking them what they're here for, allergies, the good pharmacy for them. So all that was pretty much good in that area because I knew it from the family practice one, so it wasn't too bad. So I kind of just wanted to go in like some tips for you guys and like pros and cons. I'm gonna be like reading from my phone, so don't think I'm like not looking at you guys, I'm looking down. But for the pros and for the tips is, number one is to bring a pencil and like a pad of paper. You're going to be learning as you're going. I mean, even though I was out of school, I feel like I was back in school because it's like a training process and you're still like learning the field, you're learning your role as a medical assistant if you haven't had any experience before. So you're gonna want to be jotting down things. So I have like an actual, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is the folder that I brought with me every day, and I asked her if I seen anything that I knew it would be a good learning tool for me, I would just ask her just to make a copy for me. And so this is what I basically wrote down like throughout the time I was there. So I just bought this little pad and paper. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to focus, but yeah, so just notes that I literally wrote down whenever she was talking. Like that first few weeks, I was just writing stuff down. Like it's a lot of stuff, and then like some of my pages even like fell off, but I was like constantly writing, sitting down studying, so that was like a really good tool to have. And then she had a lot of other papers that were like hung up on like walls and stuff, so I asked her just kind of like print out some copies for me of like the vaccine schedule. And then this one is like the insurance, because there's like private and then there's like VVFC, so you have to like know the difference between that. And then these are all the medications with like their combinations and like the meanings for it, when you have to get them, how far apart you have to give them. So that was a lot. So I had her make copies of those for me too. And everyone in the office were great too. They were always there to kind of help me whenever I had a problem or anything that I wanted to ask. They were always there to help assist me. Make sure that you're not afraid to ask questions. That's my tip number 2. I mean, sometimes like I felt like, oh, maybe that's a stupid question, I'll just kind of figure it out on my own. So I never like really voiced it. I was generally like really wanted to know, like, why'd you do it that way? Like, why did they do it this way? Like, what's the difference? And so she kind of like explained to me that way. Or, you know, just like I said, the vaccine schedules, I wanted to know, like, you know, what's in it? Like, can you tell me? How did you learn it? Like, that type of thing. And so tip number 3 is to have confidence. Now I tell you guys, when I came in, I had so much confidence, and like by day 1 was over, I was like, what did I get myself into? So I had to make sure that I maintained that confidence. I had to pray and ask God to make sure that He instilled in me that confidence that I needed, because I didn't want to seem like I didn't know what I was doing. I did not want them not to hire me because I feel like I was afraid of everything. So I had to make sure that I instilled confidence and let them know that I wasn't scared, but I was willing to learn. So I just had that type of mindset that I was coming in learning, and I was like a sponge soaking everything up. So I wanted to make sure that I portrayed confidence even when I was scared. Tip number 4 is to make sure that you go at your own pace, but don't go too slow. Because when I came in for family practice, it was already like a slower pace, so I kind of just like went along with my trainer, and she was able to train me a little bit more. However, when I got to peds, I worked with a much faster doctor, and so I kind of had to go at her pace, which is really, really quick. So I had to kind of pick up, but what I was actually doing hands-on, I went at my own pace. So like when she was just like boom, 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 I was like, yeah, I can't do that right now. I'm gonna let you know. So I'm gonna just kind of watch you, and then I'll let you know what I'm available to start doing. So I didn't actually start giving shots till like 3 weeks later. And by that point, like I think by week 2, she's like, you can just go in by yourself. Like, I know you got it. You've been watching me long enough. I'm like, yeah, because I went at my own pace. I felt comfortable after a while, because when I'm working with kids, it's such a different feel dealing with them in the hospital than dealing with them in the classroom. I'm normally just holding them and hugging them, and then when they get sick, I send them right off to the hospital. So now I'm having to deal with that side of it. So it was a little different for me. But other than that, that's like a great advice that I wish someone would have given me, to let me know, go at your own pace. Just because they ask you a question, you can it's okay to say no, I'm not ready to do that yet, and then you just let them know when you are. But like, you have to take initiative and tell them, or they probably won't ever think to ask you, because they're just going at their pace. And then my last tip or like pro was being the first to know. So working at the family practice, it was like, as soon as I got in, she was like, there's all these openings for job positions. And I'm like, whoa, I guess that's a good thing. Being an externship, you kind of are like the first to know. So that's like another good tip for me as well, because as soon as I got to the pediatric side, she's like, well, there's an opening here too, so if you do good, you basically have the job. You'll just give your interview. So I thought that was pretty cool too. She came and told me like, oh yeah, there's a job posting now. Okay, go ahead and apply. So that was basically what I did for that. Now, moving on for the cons, I only have 2, because they're honestly, I didn't have a bad experience, so it was pretty much good. It was just something coming from me that when I said I was kind of lacking in some areas, I wished it was kind of changed. But The only thing with that is that because I am 24, so I have to have a job. So the only thing that was hard because I had to complete 160 hours, which was good because I kind of wish I was able to do more, but 160 hours is like beneficial because if you're coming in new, you want to make sure you get as much time as you need. But me doing 4 hours a day, it felt like coming back the next day, I forgot everything because I would go to work. So it took me at least a month to finally get everything like grilled in my head what I was doing for each patient, because each patient doesn't always want the same thing, you know what I mean? So I had to learn the different steps for some of that. One thing was so funny because it was like a sick patient that came in and I just assumed all they needed was temperature. So I came back out and she's like, where's their height and their weight? I'm like, oh wow, I didn't think they needed it. So it's like certain things in that area, I just kind of like wish I was there all day instead of having to work. But I made it work. God gave me the strength, so I was able to actually get it done in the time that I was supposed to get it done. So I'm okay about that, but I guess it's just my thing of that is just wishing that there was a way that I can just kind of like not work and then have it as like a paid externship. Other than that, it was a great experience. My second thing that I said as a con was not having my own login, because sometimes when I'm doing like when I'm training with them, once I got into the swing of things, it was like I was using their login to get into the computer in my room. I'm a paper person anyway, so I didn't really care to have the login, but sometimes when I started logging in, typing in my stuff, they would have an accident and log into their computer not thinking that I'm in there, and so it'll lock me out, and then I'm kind of like, oh oops, like I've already got into the swing of doing the computer work, what am I supposed to do now? But that just comes with paper charting, what I did in school, so I didn't really have an issue with that, but I kind of wish it was like a good necessity to have. But I mean, it's not that crucial, but it wasn't that bad either. But sometimes you have to make sure that even when doing that, like I said, for my pros, or my tips too, is to take initiative, because sometimes when I was doing the computer work, the person would just kind of be going along with their daily flow, not thinking that I'm following them, and then they would just be like, oh my gosh, I forgot training you, but like this is what you're supposed to do, da 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 da. And so that was just kind of like my con for that too, because I have to make sure that I ask questions like, oh hey, can you show me that? Can you show me that? Like, would you click there? So it's just kind of like, it just comes like, you know, a natural habit. So I don't blame anybody for doing that, but it was just kind of like weird because I'm just used to like paper charting in class. But other than that, it was great. So at the end, be sure to thank your extern facility. I didn't do one for my first one because I just kind of left so quick. I didn't really get to know anybody. I was like there for like a month, maybe less than a month. But when I went to my pediatrics one, it was like a family. It was a very small office, so I felt really welcomed. I mean, it was really, really sweet getting to know everybody. It was like maybe 11 staff in total, so it was a very small, cute office. So I ended up just giving my trainer a little thank you notes and a little gift, and I just kind of like gave a little breakfast to everybody. So it was really cute, had lots of fun. It was a really cute externship. I honestly ended up like tearing up at the end of it, because I was just like, wow, part of me is like becoming to an end. Like, it was just a really fun experience, and I'm really excited for this interview. I hope that I really do get the job. I hope that this is something that God has for me, my plan in my life, because I've been wanting this for so long, and I'm just like really surprised that I'm like actually like conquering my dreams, getting my plans done with the help of God and everything. So I'm really, really excited. Hopefully within the next 5 years I'll be an RN, still working as a pediatrics nurse. So I'm really excited. So I'll keep you guys updated for sure. That's basically it. So if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I know my last video was like a hit. I didn't think I would get that many views. I think I'm like at 2,000 now. Like, I'm so shocked. I thought I was maybe gonna get like 50, because on my other videos would get like 50, but I'm like blown away. Like, I didn't think that I can reach so many people with just my small testimony, because that was such a challenge, and this is just mind-blowing. So I hope that I was able to answer most of your guys' questions. Oh, this was my sheet that I needed for like reviewing and stuff like that. This is what they graded me on, and so this was just like telephone handling. I had to like answer calls, injections. Oh, I forgot in family practice you had to do EKG. I had to do a lot of that in the family practice one. I did not have to do venipunctures, so that was like not needed. I was kind of sad. That was like a different department like within the lab, so I didn't have to worry about that. But I did do EKGs. Those were nice. Staff relations, attendance, promptness, cooperation initiative, and things like that. This is like my second copy, but I did really good. I got like all A's. All right, guys, so I hope you guys have a blessed and a wonderful day. You guys stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next vlog or video. Bye. Hey guys, so I didn't think that it would happen so soon, but I just finished my interview. It was like kind of fast paced. I mean, I already knew that I was gonna have it like a week before, but I completely forgot to like start vlogging because I was like, I already have an anxiety and nervousness, so I didn't end up vlogging me getting ready and all that kind of stuff. But I just finished my interview. I wanted to give you guys some tips on how it went, just to let you know like what happened. So yeah. So yeah, my interview went really good. I am so happy and I'm so thankful that God was able to allow me to go through this. So I'm kind of speaking kind of low. I'm gonna have to just turn the volume up. My mom's in the back sleeping. Yeah, it went really good. Thankfully, I knew most of the people. It was like a panel interview, so there was three. There was a doctor, there was an RN, and there was the manager there. The questions weren't like my normal questions. It was more so like when I say normal questions, I'm thinking like, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, like what do you do? Like what do you see yourself in like 5 years? You know, what do you do? Like if you're upset, how do you handle that type of situation? So I was a little thrown off besides that, but most of the time I did like explain myself like in my questions. One question, however, was a little different. It was like, what would you do if someone asked you to do something out of your scope of practice? And so me thinking, and as being an early childhood teacher, we just go from, you know, training and experience. And so we literally go from like, if you get that training, you can go ahead and just do it. So this was a little different because I ended up saying yes if I did receive the training, and the doctor was so sweet to let me know like you don't normally say that kind of stuff because it's not your area of scope, so you want to make sure you stay in your area of practice because it can fall bad on you. So I'm so thankful that she was able to explain it to me in the end because I wouldn't have known, so I'm happy that I'm able to tell you guys as well. But other than that, I did a great job. They said I did good. They offered me the job on the spot. I literally just got a call before I sat down to film this. They told me that, you know, they want to accept me, so I took the position. I'm so excited. This is something that I've wanted for so long. So I am really excited I was able to bring you guys along this journey with me because it's been so tedious, and you guys know that I wanted this for so long, but I'm so happy that it's finally coming to manifestations. I thank God for what he's doing in my life. And if you guys want to see, you know, my update on like when I start orientation and working, let me know down in the comments. I will definitely let you guys know. But yeah, this has been a great journey. I'm so excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so happy I was able to add this into the original one. But yeah, be sure to like and comment if you guys are interested in seeing anything else in the nursing field or like what I'm going through learning wise. But yeah, you guys have a blessed and fabulous day, and you guys stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next vlog or video. Bye guys.